Calls to order, City of Forest Park, Council Meeting number 1340, July 15th, 2019. Let us stand for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Burns.
Here.
Collins.
Here.
Kirby.
Here.
Holt.
Here.
Johnson.
Here.
Here. Here.
Let the minutes show that all members of council are present and accounted for. Next item, item number 2, is the minutes. You will have all received the minutes in your packets. Are there any corrections or additions to the minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. Next item number 3, presentation. We have 1 Business of the Month Award, OHI Electric, Mr. Paul Brown.
Mayor, members of council, thank you very much. Our July Business of the Month recently made a significant investment to buy and relocate into a building in the Northland Industrial Park. OHI Electric is a full-service electrical contractor that is licensed for both residential and commercial work in Ohio and Kentucky. In business since 2007, the company has multiple certifications. It is a Tamarack Technologies qualified installer since 2009 and a Casablanca preferred vendor since 2012. Because of their excellent customer service, the company has been recognized twice as one of the best in the region, once by Cincinnati Magazine in 2012 and again in 2017, this time by Home Advisor. For homeowners, the company provides a wide array of services, including overall troubleshooting, service panel upgrades. Their trained technicians can also install and service rec lights, ceiling fans, chandeliers, whole house fan systems, light fixtures, outdoor lighting, floodlights, motion and smoke detectors, and much more. OHI even offers a more extensive list of services for their commercial customers, including complete lighting retrofits and wiring installations. The company, as I said, specializes in whole house fans, systems designed to cool your house in the spring and summer months without having to turn on your air conditioners. It's a cost-efficient way to manage the temperature in your home. Company officials pride themselves on providing a personal touch for each job, no matter how big or small. An individual customized service separates Ohio Electric from their competitors. So tonight, it is our pleasure to recognize OHI Electric as our July Business of the Month and thank them for their recent investment in our community. I talked with the owner, Jeff Lawwell. I don't think Jeff was able to join us this evening. I can tell you it's an interesting story on how he got into the business. He actually went out trying to find a contractor for his own home and wasn't satisfied with any of the work that came about, and that's how he got started in the business. So it was kind of an interesting side story to it, but I will make sure that Jeff receives this award. I don't believe anyone's here from the company tonight, so I'll make sure that he receives the award.
Thank you, sir. Move then to item number 4, communications from the public. This is the time for citizens to comment on matters before council or to ask questions of concern to them. When recognized, please come forward to the podium, give your name and address, and then state your comments or questions. Council member meetings are recorded for ease of transcription. Committee comments are limited to 5 minutes. Is there anyone from the public? I think I saw one person who would sign in to speak. Would you come up and tell us who you are, please, and then state your concern?
Hi, my name is Annette Dean. I live at 11965 Winston Circle. I'm here today just to provide some comments about a business that I've started here in Forest Park. It's called the Club 50 Plus. We are a nonprofit organization. We work to prevent loneliness and social isolation in people age 50 and older by adding life to years. I know it doesn't sound like, curing cancer or diabetes or anything like that, but loneliness and social isolation are risk factors for Alzheimer's. A little over 10 years ago, my mom was diagnosed with dementia leading to Alzheimer's. And as soon as I took her to the doctor, one of the first things they said is, how long has she been depressed? And I never would have dreamed that my mom was depressed, lonely, any of that, because we make up reasons to have family get-togethers, and so I never would have dreamed she was like that. So that's kind of the backdrop for why I started Club 50 Plus. We have 3 services. The first one is Laugh and Love, where my members tell me things that they want to do, and I plan it, organize it. I'm a project management professional by trade. So whatever they tell me they want to do, I go ahead and set it up, plan it. We try to take advantage of group discounts and things like that to save them money. Our second program is the Learn program, where we is what they want to learn. So I set up anything they want to learn. We had retirement planning, we had awareness training, Facebook training, so different types of training. Wherever they want, I set it up, and we have that. But the third category is our Live category, and that's why I did this, is where we give back. And one of the things we do every year is we do adopt a nursing home. We adopt a nursing home, we provide them with whatever gifts they tell us they want, blankets, toiletries, jump in where I can't think, different things that they want, so we put those together. But my heart is in the Silver chat line. It's a free, confidential befriending service. Anyone can call the number and just talk. We'll talk about anything. It could be as simple as, how is your day going? We're not there to solve problems, so, we're not that. We're just there to give them that human contact, to know that other people concerned. I had a 94-year-old lady that recently passed, but I called her every Friday at 9 o'clock. She used to work at the Vernon Manor. She met 42, the baseball player. So she used to tell me stories about him and different things. So we're just there to listen and give them that human contact. So I wanted to come and introduce that program. Not sure if you guys are supposed to ask questions, but if you have a question, you can ask.
Thank you. Anybody with a question or comment?
I just have a comment. It's a great service, so I applaud you for taking the initiative to provide this service for the city of Forest Park. So, thank you.
Thank you.
And are you doing things with our senior center? Are they aware of these services?
I'm trying to get engaged with them. I had a meeting last week, and I'm going to attend their next commission meeting. I'm actually trying to get on the commission to do that.
And how can you be contacted?
We have brochures. I have brochures for the Silver and business cards. So if you guys don't mind, then she'll
Please.
give you guys one.
Okay.
You can actually say that, and that way the people that are watching can actually hear it too.
Oh, okay. I forget about that. Well, you can call us at our Silver chat line number is 513-285, that's 6818. So 513-285-6818.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. We will move next to the next item. I believe there's a motion. Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I would move to amend the agenda and take up at this time item F under new business, motion to appoint 3 candidates to boards or commissions, 2 immediately upon passage of this motion, and the third to be taken up upon the third candidate's arrival.
Second.
Moved and second that we amend the agenda and take up item F under new business at this time. The motion is to appoint candidates to boards or commissions, and included in that motion would be to take up, to continue with that when the third candidate arrives. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion to amend?
What's the motion first? Just
I
amend it?
gave the motion.
Okay.
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss.
Yes.
The motion to amend the agenda and take up item F at this time passes 7-0. So at this time, we will take up item F, and we'll hear a motion from Councilwoman Hope.
Yes, I would like to make a motion to appoint Mr. Calvin Brown and Mr. James D. Ingram to the Charter Revision Committee for the terms expiring 11/30/22 and 11/30/23 respectively.
Excuse me, Councilwoman Hope, in light of the motion, include all three because one will arrive later and we won't have to go back and do the motion again. So just include the third person and date.
Okay, let's do this again. Okay, a motion to appoint Mr. Ray Hodges, Mr. Calvin Brown, and Mr. James D. Ingram to the Charter Revision Committee for terms expiring 11/30/21, 11/30/22, and 11/30/23 respectively.
Second?
It's been moved and second that we appoint Mr. Ray Hodges, Mr. Calvin Brown, and Mr. James Ingram to the Charter Revision Committee for the term expiring 11/30/21, 11/30/22, and 11/30/23 respectively. Is there, I believe it was second,
It was
voice
discussion.
discussion?
The present right now is Mr. Brown and Mr. Ingram, and Mr. Hodges to come later tonight.
Okay, is this voice? Okay, all those in favor of the motion to appoint, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries 6-0. So at this time, we will swear in these two gentlemen and Mr. Hodges when he arrives. Gentlemen, if you would, please. Gentlemen, both of you. Well, if you would, please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Calvin Brown,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the Constitution
of the State of Ohio,
of the State of Ohio,
the Charter
the Charter
of the City
of the City
of Forest Park, Ohio,
of Forest Park, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
as a member of
as a member of
the Charter Committee.
the Charter Commission.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations. You'd like to have a word, of course, you have to talk.
I do. May I? Yeah. I do have a question or two regarding the Charter Committee. As I read our provision, it calls for a report to have been given as of July 1 for the current year,
Right,
and I assume that that was not done.
correct.
And does that mean that there's a revised schedule for the preparation and the submission of a report for the current year?
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Okay, the reason that that was not done is unfortunately, the members of the Charter Commission are both, the remaining ones are deceased. So obviously, there was no meeting getting together those people. What will happen now is, now that you've been sworn in and these, Mr. Hodges will be sworn in, you will meet. And at that meeting, you will send either written or verbal communication to the council establishing that obviously the commission was not in effect at that point, and that you're asking that that date be moved to a subsequent date, whether it's August or after the recess. I can tell you that normally speaking, that report generally is a one-sentence report because in the past, for the last at least 15 years, the charter is not, the committee has not made any recommendations as to the change. So for this past year, there would not have been any changes recommended, but going forward, that would be up to you what that report, what you did and what that report would concern.
Okay.
Okay.
The other question I have, if there's any resources allocated for this particular committee, and if so, what?
There are no resources designated directly for this committee, but if there is a need for resources, it will come from the council budget.
All right. That's all I have. Thank you.
Sir, did you have it? Hold on just a minute. Still got a gift for it.
Thank you very much. I moved into the borough in 2005 with my wife, and I've been volunteering at the school district and a few other places, and I thought when this came up, it's an ideal for me because I studied political science in college, and I served 3.5 terms as a councilman in the borough of East Washington, Pennsylvania. So I have a little bit of knowledge and a little bit of experience. So whatever comes up, I'm looking forward to it.
Thank you,
Nothing
sir.
comes up, what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it,
Thank you, sir.
unless we can improve on it.
Yes. Thank you again.
You're
And
welcome.
gentlemen, I would have for you a small token of our appreciation for your volunteer. These are volunteer pins, and I would like to thank you both for volunteering to serve your city, and we look forward to working with you.
Thank you.
Again, congratulations.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Okay, and at this time, normally, our audience leaves us. You gentlemen are perfectly welcome to stay if you choose to. If you need to leave, feel free to do so. We won't be hurt if you leave, but feel free to do so. Okay, the next item on the agenda is item number 5, reports of standing committees. The first of these reports is Law Committee, Councilwoman Collins.
Mr. Mayor, I do not have a report from the Law Committee at this time. However, I am available to ground questions.
Any questions for Councilwoman Collins? Hearing none, Councilwoman Collins, for the work session of the 22nd, I have one item on the agenda for you. That's a liquor license request for Taco Loco. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Thank you. Next report is Human Resources, Councilwoman Holt.
I do not have a report tonight, thank you.
Questions for Councilwoman Holt? Hearing none. Councilwoman Holt, I have no items on the agenda for you. Do you have any to add?
No, thank you.
Next committee report is Public Improvements and Facilities, Councilwoman Moore.
Mr. Mayor, I do not have a report at this time.
Any questions for Councilwoman Moore? Hearing none, Councilwoman Moore, I do have one item on the agenda for you for the 22nd, Street Project, Northland Boulevard. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
Next report, Public Safety Committee, Councilwoman Nuss.
I do not have a report at this time.
Questions for Councilwoman Nuss? Councilwoman Nuss, I have 2 items on the agenda for you for the work session. The one is the fire union contract, and the second one is salary resolution. Do you have anything to add?
I do not.
Next report, Ways and Means Committee, Councilwoman Herbie.
I only want to mention that I recently attended the library listening session. Public Library is in the wake of the passage of its levy, has been studying the whole library system, and just recently has been visiting all of the branches, visited our branch, where there was a very lively and very interesting discussion. And that would conclude my report.
Questions for Councilwoman Herbie? Hearing none, Councilwoman Herbie, I have one item on the agenda, reappropriations ordinance. Do you have any to add?
No.
Next committee report is Community Development, Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have no report. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to answer.
Any questions for Mr. Burns? Hearing none, Mr. Burns, I have 2 items on the agenda for you for the 22nd work session, amendment to Charter 152 Building Codes, and second one is amendment to Charter 154 Miscellaneous Land Use. Do you have any to add?
No, I do not.
The next report is Intergovernmental Relations and Communications Committee. That is mine. I have no items to report under that committee. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Hearing now, we'll move now to item number 6, the mayor's report. Just a few things. One, I attended the Tax Incentive Review Council Annual Review Committee on the 10th, and at that meeting, the commission approved our request to continue all 3 company enterprise zone agreements, Emeritus, Parkland, and Cincinnati Mills. Secondly, also on the 10th, I met with representatives from the Fulani people. They are looking to establish a mission or consulate here in this country, and working through former Congressman Driehaus, they are looking at Forest Park as a possible location, mainly and primarily because of the large number of Fulanis who have moved into our fair city. And I would also like to extend my thanks to Councilwoman Nuss for assisting me with that and attending that meeting with those gentlemen. Thank you very much. And next and finally, I have been in a number of conversations and meetings with representatives of the 3 county commissioners, and I would remind the public that on Thursday, the 18th, that's 2 or 3 days from now, the Hamilton County Board of Commissioners will hold their monthly meeting here in Forest Park at 6 p.m. That meeting will be held in the Senior Center. As I stated in the past, I think the citizens of Forest Park, I would invite them to take advantage of this opportunity to see another level of their government at work. This is probably, for a lot of people, this will be the first and only time that they have seen or attended a county commission meeting, and they can get an idea of just how that works. And there is on the agenda, as with most public meetings, a section for public comment. I invite the public to attend that meeting and be present and on time, and hopefully we can impress upon the county commissioners, we can show them what Forest Park is all about. That would conclude my report. I'll answer any questions if there are any. Seeing and hearing none, we'll move to item number 7, the city manager's report, and that would be Mr. Andy Lewandowski for the city manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to let you know the department reports are out there for your review, so if you have any questions on that, you can let me know. Also, I just want to reiterate the Jazz in the Park Festival on August 3rd. We're having Grace Kelly as the main act, and then YOLO as the secondary act, and then I can't think of the third one, but it will be a great show. If you want to look up Grace Kelly Jazz, just Google that. You'll see her. She's a wonderful musician, and I expect it to be a really good show.
Next Level.
Next Level, that's the other one, sorry. And then there'll also be plenty of food trucks, vendors, so there'll be plenty of activities for everybody that attends. Lastly, I have the Forest Park Chamber of Commerce golf outing is this Wednesday, where there's still spots available. If you're interested, let me know. You can let me know. You can let Chris Anderson know. Just call the city. And that concludes my report.
Questions for the city manager's designee?
Where are the families supposed to set up tents? It's a different location this year.
Yeah, so we're creating a map. Hopefully it'll be out by next week. It's going to be, so the stage will be up at the road, what's the?
Drive.
Yeah, on Central Drive.
Back of the, yeah, it will face the field, the back of it will be to the drive.
Yeah, it'll face the field. The high school will be behind the stage, and it'll face Winton Road. And so we're going to have it roped off. You'll see where you need to put your tent. There'll be plenty of room for them. We do think this will be a better spot going forward. It is elevated already, so it'll just give a much better presentation, I think, all around. But yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Any further questions for Mr. Lewandowski? Hearing none, we'll go to other reports. First of those being the Law Director, Mr. Wyckoff.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Since the last council meeting, I've been working with the police department on a reporting protocol for dog bites to the Department of Health. Also, I worked on a small contract for our Masters of Ceremony for Jazz in the Park. Other than that, I have nothing else to report unless you have any questions.
Any questions for our Law Director? Hearing none. Thank you, sir. Next report is the Clerk of, Clerk of Council, Ms. Boyd.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'd like to report that resolution number 21-2019 was posted as required.
As soon as this is, yes. Any questions for Clerk of Council? Hearing none. Thank you. At this point, we will go back up to the item F. Since Mr. Hodges is now here, and we will take this opportunity to swear Mr. Hodges in, if you would, sir. Just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I, Ray Hodges,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the
of
Constitution
the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and the
of
Constitution
the State of Ohio
of the State of Ohio
and the Charter
and the Charter
of the City of Forest Park,
of the
Ohio,
City of Forest Park, Ohio,
and that I will faithfully,
and that I will faithfully,
honestly,
honestly,
and impartially
and impartially
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
as a member of the Charter Committee.
as a member of the Charter Committee.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Got a word or two for us?
Well, first, it's a delight to see all of you here. It's a great feeling to have. I do consider the appointment to the committee as an important role for me as a citizen of Forest Park to serve in. So I appreciate the mayor for considering me. I appreciate council for having confidence that I could serve on this committee, and I look forward to doing a good job. So again, good seeing everybody, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Ray.
Thank you.
And token of our appreciation for your team.
Well, thank you.
Thank you,
I
Ray.
appreciate it.
Okay. All right. And as I said before, Mr. Hodges got here, gentlemen, you're more than welcome to stay for our meeting. Feel free to do so, and we will be glad to have you. But if you have other commitments and other things to do, feel free to leave, and we won't be mad at you. So we will now move to the next item on the agenda, item number 9, new business. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
I move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate days and read for the first time by title only, ordinance number 21-2019.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full on 2 separate occasions and read for the first time by title only, ordinance number 21-2019. This ordinance was posted 6 days prior to the meeting. Is there discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on the motion?
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes?
Moore,
Yes.
Luss,
Yes.
Burns.
Yes.
The ordinance passes 7-0. The ordinance to suspend the rules. That takes us to item A, ordinance number 21-2019. Is there a motion, Councilwoman Collins?
Yes. I motion to adopt ordinance number 21-2019.
Mr. Mayor, I didn't read the ordinance.
Right, and that's.
I'm sorry. Would the clerk please read the ordinance by title only?
Ordinance number 21-2019, an ordinance enacting and adopting a supplement to the Code of Ordinances of the City of Forest Park and declaring an emergency.
Okay, Councilwoman Collins, your motion, please.
Yes. I motion to adopt ordinance number 21-2019, supplement to Code of Ordinances book. It is necessary for us to update our city codes from
Hold it.
Second.
Second. It's been moved and second that we adopt ordinance number 21-2019. Is there discussion?
Yes.
Councilwoman Collins.
It is necessary for us to update our city codes from time to time, especially where it refers to or relies on state law. The proposed update consists of about 90 pages and is available from the Clerk of Council upon request. Additionally, the updated codified ordinances are available through the City of Forest Park website, www.forestpark.org. The 2019 supplement contains ordinances passed by council amending the codes from ordinance numbers 17-2017 through 33-2018, as well as major changes in state law dealing with the traffic code, general regulations, and general offenses. Normally, council passes these updates as a matter of emergency in order that our city codes will be updated as soon as possible.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on ordinance 21-2019?
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes.
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Ordinance 21-2019 passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda is item B. A motion. Mr. Burns.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move to suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read by title only resolution numbers 22-2019 through 24-2019. These resolutions were posted 6 days prior to the meeting.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we suspend the rules requiring the reading in full and read by title only resolutions 22 through 24-2019. Any discussion? Hearing none, will the clerk please call the roll on the motion to suspend?
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson,
Yes?
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie.
Yes.
The motion to suspend passes 7-0. The next item on the agenda then is item B, resolution 22-2019. Is there a motion to, do we need to read it before we have the motion to suspend? Okay.
Resolution number 22-2019. A resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract
Oh, I'm looking at C.
Arctic Wolf Inc. through their Ohio agent Advanced Data Recovery Systems for managed security services for the city of Forest Park.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 22-2019.
Second.
It's been moved and second that we adopt resolution 22-2019. Is there discussion? Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, we have been, the city has been researching solutions to address major network security concerns. And as we know, there have been a number of things that we have been working on internally, but the next critical step is to monitor all network traffic across our entire enterprise, aggregate all of the information into a single alerting system, and then monitor that alerting system for anomalies 24/7, 365 days a year. The initial findings found that there were solutions that ranged in price from $35,000 a year up to $120,000 a year. The city identified several options under the $45,000 a year that was budgeted into our 2019 budget, and they have settled on Arctic Wolf as the best match for our criteria, and I would urge adoption of this ordinance.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk then please call the roll on 22-2019?
Johnson,
Yes?
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes?
Holt.
Yes.
Resolution 22-2019 passes 7-0. Next item is item C, Resolution 23-2019. Clerk, please read this resolution by title only.
Resolution number 23-2019, a resolution requesting the Hamilton County Auditor to place special assessments against various properties by the City of Forest Park Community Development Department.
Is there a motion, Mr. Burns?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. I move for the passage of Resolution 23-2019.
Second.
Okay. It's been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 23-2019. Is there a discussion, Mr. Burns?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor. This resolution accounts for roughly 21 properties in which the city is seeking repayment for grass cutting services from the beginning of this year. This is a typically done twice a year, once in the spring, once in the summer, again in the fall. And these assessments will be appended to these properties in their tax bills. And with that, I would urge adoption of Resolution 23-2019.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 23-2019?
Moore,
Yes.
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Yes.
Holt,
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes. Resolution 23-2019 passes 7-0. Next item on the agenda is Resolution 24-2019. Would the clerk please read this resolution by title only?
Resolution number 24-2019, a resolution authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Odessa Auctions for the disposal of surplus property.
Is there a motion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, I would move adoption of resolution number 24-2019.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt Resolution 24-2019. Is there a discussion, Councilwoman Herbie?
Yes, this is a housekeeping item that we do from time to time when we have surplus vehicles that we need to dispose of. And we treat them in two different fashions. Those that are still viable for use by someone are done through an auction, this time with Odessa Auctions. And then there are other vehicles which are too damaged to be useful to anyone. And so these are taken to a scrap company to be disposed of. And I would urge adoption of this resolution.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, would the clerk please call the roll on Resolution 24-2019?
Nuss,
Yes.
Burns,
Yes.
Collins,
Yes.
Herbie,
Yes.
Yes.
Johnson.
Yes.
Yes.
Resolution 24-2019 passes 7-0. Next item is item E, a motion. Councilwoman Collins.
Yes. I motion that we pass resolution number 24-2019.
No.
No.
We're on item E.
Item E.
I'm sorry. I move that we direct the clerk of council to notify the Ohio Department of Liquor Control that the city of Forest Park does not request a hearing regarding a liquor license request to Hamro Restaurant LLC, DBA Hamro Restaurant, 677 Northland Boulevard, Forest Park, Ohio, 45240.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adopt the motion, pass the motion that the clerk of council notify the liquor department that we are not requesting a hearing on a liquor license request, the Hamro Restaurant at 677 Northland Boulevard. Is there a discussion?
Yes. We have received a request from the Ohio Division of Liquor Control for a liquor license transfer for the Hamro Restaurant located at 677 Northland Boulevard, former location of the Forest Park Restaurant. The transfer is for a D1, D2, and D3 license. D1 is beer only for on-premises consumption or in original sealed containers for carry-out only until 1 a.m. D2 is for wine and mixed beverages for on-premises consumption or in original sealed containers for carry-out only until 1 a.m. And D3 is for spirituous liquor for on-premises consumption only until 1 a.m. The transfer request is due to a change in the LLC membership interest for the Hamro Restaurant that is being requested from the current license holders, Bikash Kadka, President, and Pumi Gurung, Vice President, and will be transferred to Puma S. Mongar, President, and Sansha R. Suba, Vice President. The Police Department has investigated this matter and finds no reason to lodge an objection to this requested liquor license transfer.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Next item on the agenda is item G, a motion, Councilwoman Herbie.
Yes, I move to receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental reports.
Second.
It's been moved and second, that we receive the general fund summary report as contained in the departmental report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of the motion to receive the general fund summary report, let it be known by the sign of voting aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes unanimously. Is there any further business to come before the body? If any further business to come before the body, hearing none, the meeting is adjourned.